Hey guys, it's your girl Fatima giving a crash course in Vectr. So Vectr is a free online program that you can download off the internet or get their app. It's spelled Vector without the O, so pretty simple. So first I'm just going to click the rectangle tool. So with the rectangle tool, if you literally just click on your mouse pad or left click with your mouse, I believe, you can create a rectangle. If you click on the corners or any of those tiny white rectangles they have on the side of it, you can enlarge it, shrink it, or if you hold shift and go to one of the top left or top right corners, you can keep it at the same proportion size, as in if it was like 2 to 3, it would stay 2 to 3. It's just getting larger. So I think that's a really cool feature of Vectr. And we're just going to manipulate this rectangle tool, and it's going to kind of show some of the cool features. So if you double click a shape, you go into edit mode. And with edit mode, if you click this top right, when you click the bigger circles on the corners, I should call them, you can make your corners no longer sharp but very round, and by using your anchor points, aka this line that gives you this angle, almost the shape of it, you can pretty much change it to any kind of shape that you're looking for. And you can do that with any of the corners, so it's a pretty cool feature. And you can also just enlarge it, mutate it, any way you want in edit mode, and that's again by double clicking. So you can delete any shape by pressing delete. And just with rounded rectangle and the ellipse tool, same exact thing. You can do the same mutations, you can double click, edit, same thing. So let's get into the pen tool, or the bezier tool by some of our fancier folks. So the pen tool pretty much lets you create any shape. They even let you put in curves if you click and drag. And you pretty much have to drag these almost, I guess you could call them tangent lines if you're super nerdy like me, so they're kind of create like tangent lines to your curve. So you can create any curve that way by just clicking and dragging with your second point. My one issue with Vectr is this: if you make a curve with the bezier/pen tool, it forces you to continue that curve on your second point, but after that you can make straight lines. But that also leads to a super cool feature. So you can press escape on any shape you're editing/creating. And if I drop, let's just say, a rectangle, and I hold down shift, the all-powerful shift button, I can mutate these two shapes into each other or minus them from each other. And that can get the shape I was intending to get from the second curve. So you can add it, kind of morph them together, coagulate, or you can subtract them from each other. So you can kind of see the indent my rectangle has made. And then you can intersect where the two overlap. And then you can exclude. Exclude, I actually don't know 100% how it works, but if anyone does, please comment. So now you can flip horizontally, or you can flip vertically with these cool, they have a mini taskbar on the top, which I kind of love. And if I were to drop another shape, this is where the mini taskbar gets pretty cool, because I can send it below, send it back, or after it's done loading, send it to the front. So you see this layers on the left side of your screen. You pretty much can either drag or use your mini toolbar on the top. If you have multiple shapes and you want to send it all the way to the top, you hold shift, send all the way to the front. Or if you want to send it all the way to the back, you hold shift, press that same button. So the next thing you really need to learn, and that's all you're going to need for your Vectr toolkit, the pencil tool. So the pencil tool is pretty much your freehand. So this is especially useful if you have a mouse, like the O2 mouses, and let me delete that. You pretty much can just draw straight on what you want. The one thing I don't like about theirs, unlike Adobe Illustrator, it doesn't take each point. Like Adobe Illustrator, the pen tool creates a multitude of tiny little points, like small distance away from each other. Well, this one is just lines, so you can get more. When you try to create curvier shapes, they'll be much more straight like. And you can of course change your border size on the right side, and this is where you select your colors. You can even set a shadow, which is a really cool feature. For all you designers getting into value and things like this, the shadow tool will really help you out. And you also have an inset shadow. You can change your transparency. You can adjust its width if you know its exact dimensions and its height. And you can even change its position on the page, all on this right panel. So this is like the almighty right panel. Even has a zoom in and zoom out button on the right panel. You can always rotate by just going to the side of your image and going in circular motions with your mouse until you get the rotation you want. So super cool. Some other things that you need: text tool. And with the button underneath the text tool, you can upload images. And that's like the golden gates right there. That's where you can upload your sketches and anything you want and just put it into the Vector program and just start drawing it digitally. So that's pretty much it for Vector. Some other things, there's a list of icons that you can use, some typical icons. You can even put in a grid. There are you can set your file name on the top right, export, and you can even create a new file. Last but not least, if you want to add a second page, do that. And make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want more 7-minute videos on graphic design programs. And make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. This is your girl Fatima, and I really enjoyed this video and hope you guys learned something. I sure did.